Hello guys, what's up? We have reached topic number 5 from our IELTS Express vocabulary focus, and today we're going to talk about gadgets. We're going to talk about nouns to describe dimensions and verbs to describe processes. The skill we're going to focus on today is listening. We're going to talk about collocations and words with different senses. And for our exam practice, we're going to focus on section 1 and 2 from our IELTS listening test. More precisely, labeling a diagram and classifying. So if you're ready, give me a thumbs up. Make sure you have your notepad on and follow along. Okay, we are going to start as usual with our vocabulary. Now, we have a few words here which are tricky when it comes to pronunciation. The first one is angle, angles, not angel or anything like that. An angle is the difference in direction between two lines or surfaces, and angles are measured in degrees. For example, the boat is now leaning at a 30 degrees angle. The next one, okay, circumference, okay, conference, well, not conference, but circumference, yeah. And the thing is that it's similar to the one we have in Romanian, circumferință. And the circumference of a circle or a place or round object is the distance around its edges. For example, the island is 3.5 kilometers in circumference. The next one is diameter. The diameter of a round object is the length of a straight line that can be drawn across it, passing through the middle of it. And we say the diameter of a tube less than a fifth of the diameter of a human hair. Then we have height and heights. The height of a person or thing is their size or length from the bottom to the top. Her height is about normal for her weight, yeah, or the height of something. The tree can grow to a height of 20 feet. I'm not really sure how much that is in meters. The next one we have length or lengths. The length of something is the amount that it measures from one end to the other along the longest side. For example, it is about a meter in length. And we always say with the preposition length of something. Okay, the next one is quite tricky because it comes from Latin, if I'm not mistaken. Radius, radii. Yeah, the plural is radii, not radii or whatever. It's something similar to cactus. Cactus, cacti. You might also find the plural radiuses, like radiuses, the plural. The radius around a particular point is the distance from it in any direction. And we use it with the preposition of, radius around. Nigel has searched for work in a 10-mile radius around his home. Or you can go with the preposition of, which means within a 50-mile radius of the town. Then we've got volume. The volume of something is the amount of it that there is. Volume of, for example, senior officials will be discussing how the volume of sales might be reduced. Then we have width. Yeah, we have three consonants over there, width and widths. The width of something is the distance it measures from one side or edge to the other. Measure the full width of the window. I don't want to say something super lățime in Romanian. All right, and then we've got actions, verbs. Okay, we've got adjust. Yeah, you don't really say adjust. Barely pronounce the D. When you adjust to a new situation, you get used to it by changing your behavior or your ideas. You adjust to something. We are preparing our fighters to adjust themselves to civil society. Convey. To convey information or feelings means to cause them to be known or understood by someone. In every one of her pictures, she conveys a sense of immediacy. Then we have launch. Be careful, it's not lunch. AU is pronounced O, as in August, as in pause, as in sauce. Launch. If a company launches a new product, it makes it available to the public. For example, Crabtree and Evelyn has just launched a new jam. I know this brand actually. They're very nice. They're from London, if I'm not mistaken. Or here's another one. Marks & Spencer recently hired model Linda Evangelista to launch its new range. Reinforce. If something reinforces a feeling, situation, or process, it makes it stronger or more intense. For example, this sense of privilege tends to be reinforced by the outside world. And then we've got suspend. If you suspend something, you delay it or stop it from happening for a while or until a decision is made about it. And it goes together with until, the preposition until. The official said 8 programs will be suspended until there's adequate protection for relief convoys. Okay, and that's it with the vocabulary. As you are used to it, we're going to start with a little warm-up. We've got 1 minute. And you've got a little word over there, gadgets. How many gadgets do you know? Yeah, I'm not going to tell you the definition of gadgets. I mean, we all know. We even use this word in Romanian, even though we have some sort of a synonym in Romanian, but we use this one. 1 minute, write as many gadgets as you know. Time's up. Let me know what your answers are in the comment section. Okay, now that we're warm up, let's move on. We've got the first activity. Again, you've got only 1 minute because it's quite easy. You just simply have to match. You've got a pretty picture with 8 figures, I would say, or pictures. And I'd like you to match the words on the left side in the purple box to the pictures 1 to 8 on the right side. Okay, it's really easy. 1 minute. Here we go. Okay, that was it. Let's move on to the next one where we've got a little listening activity. You've got a diagram and you're going to listen to the description of the pinhole camera and you have to complete the diagram by writing the correct dimensions in gaps 1 to 4. Okay, so numbers. Before you we start this activity, you start to actually listen to it, I would like you to give you a few tips. So first of all, you should know that many words in English obviously have more than one meaning, and you need to pay attention to the context so that you interpret words correctly. And here is where the collocations play a very important role. Collocations, yeah, co, which means together, locate, place, yeah, words that commonly go together, can help you recognize which meaning of a word is intended in that context. And let me give an example. For example, convey. If you convey goods from one place to another, you carry or you transport them. But then if you use the same verb, if you convey a message, you make it understood. They're all collocations: convey goods and convey a message. And again, it's very important to learn how to recognize collocations and again, the multiple meanings of words. Okay, you're going to listen to the recording once only. Remember what you have to do: write correct dimensions in gap 1 to 4. Okay, here it goes.
The pinhole camera is a very simple device. It consists of a cylinder with a radius of approximately 4 centimetres and a height of 12 centimetres. There is a small hole, 1 millimetre in diameter, positioned halfway up the wall of the cylinder. A sheet of photographic paper, 18 centimetres in width, curves round the inside of the cylinder, leaving a gap of about 1 centimetre just behind the pinhole. The camera is very simple to use, but it takes a long time to produce a picture. If you fix the camera outside and expose it to the light, after a few minutes, you'll find that an image has appeared on the photographic paper.
Okay, that was it. By the way, that was a very nice Scottish accent. It's really nice and very melodic. Okay, that was the listening activity. We're moving on to another one. You've got a fill-in activity. You've got 5 pretty words and 5 sets of sentences. You have to use the words to complete the sentence pairs with words from the table. Okay, it means that one of the words is going to fit in both of the sentences. Exactly what I was telling you about words with multiple meanings. You've got 2 minutes for this activity. Here we go. Okay. Do hope you found it quite easy. It was quite easy, by the way. And we're moving on to the very last activity, which is again another listening activity before we move on to the exam practice. You've got 5 questions. and you're going to listen to sentences which contain verbs from the previous one. You have to indicate the meaning of the verb in bold. I'm sorry, I forgot to bold them. Well, okay, I'm just going to let you what the verbs are by choosing either A or B. So basically you have to match the words with their definition. So in the first one is adjust, then the second one launch, 3 reinforce, 4 secure, and 5 suspend. Okay, so you have to choose the correct definition, A or B. You're going to listen once only.
1.
You may need to adjust the volume of the microphone so that we can hear you at the back of the room.
2.
If we launch the game in January, we're unlikely to maximize sales.
3.
These types of comments reinforce the notion that the unemployed don't want to work.
4. After lengthy negotiations, the contractor was able to secure a good deal. 5.
The organisation has suspended operations until more money becomes available.
Okay, that's it. And now we're moving on to our exam practice, labeling a diagram and classifying. You're going to hear 3 students talking about a project for a course in product design, and they have been instructed to create a device which will convey a ping pong ball between 2 tables positioned a meter apart. You're going to listen, and then you have to match the suggestions with the person who makes them by choosing the correct letter. A for Lisa, B for Bill, and C for Omar next to each question. So it means that you'll have to use the same letters more than once. Now, a little tip: listen for collocations and context to recognize the meaning of key verbs. Okay, you're going to listen once only. Here we go.
OK, as I understand it, we've got to build a device that will allow us to convey a ping pong ball from one table to another a metre away. Bill, what have we got?
We're only allowed to use 6 sheets of paper, a box of paper clips, some thread, 4 drinking straws, and 2 elastic bands.
I'm not sure where to start. Anybody got any ideas?
Maybe we could use the elastic bands to launch the ball across the gap.
That's not a bad idea, Omar, but I think that would be rather difficult to do. I think we should create a sort of bridge with the sheets of paper. We could suspend it between the tables.
How would that work?
We could cut the paper into strips of about 10 centimetres wide.
I get it, and attach them end to end with paper clips. But how would we secure the bridge to the table?
We could use thread for that. I'm sure we could work something out. But what I'm not sure about is how we can keep the ball from falling off the bridge.
Well, if we fold the sides of the paper so that it forms a cylinder or tube, that would keep the ball from rolling onto the floor. This would also help keep the bridge rigid enough to span the distance between the tables. What do you think, Bill?
I think that's a brilliant idea. If necessary, we could use the drinking straws to further reinforce the structure.
Do you think 10 centimetre strips will be wide enough? What's the diameter of a ping pong ball?
That's a good question, Omar. I don't know, maybe 2.5 centimetres? OK, what about 15 centimetres?
All right, that's it. And this is our lesson for today about gadgets. I do hope you liked it. I do hope you found it useful and you learned something. If you did, then don't forget to give me a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any lesson. Thank you very much for having me, and thank you very much for watching. Take care of yourselves. Don't forget to stay hydrated. It's still very hot outside, and see you next time with a new lesson. Bye bye.